welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Dominique. I'm 24 years old and I just try to document my budgeting and debt-free journey here on YouTube. And if you are already a subscriber, welcome back. Make sure to hit the like button and the subscribe button down below if you haven't already yet. And let's get into the video. In today's video, I'm going to share with you 8 things that I do to save money and cut costs where I can. But before I get into the video, I do want to just say that these are things that I do personally. I live on my own and I have a one source income. I have one income. So these might not all apply to you depending on like your family size or just your way of living, but hopefully you can take some of them and try and adapt them to better fit your lifestyle too. These are just what I do, and they help me out a lot too. These are also in no particular order. I just made a list of things that I do throughout my daily life that save me money. So let's just get into it. Number 1 is that I use Cashback Apps. So these apps, basically you just scan a receipt whenever you purchase things from like the grocery store or you fill up on gas. You scan those receipts into the app and it gives you cash back, usually in the form of gift cards. When you rack up enough points, you can claim different gift cards. So that's basically free money there because you can use those gift cards to then buy things with. One app that I do use, it's called Rakuten. It used to be called Ebates. That's all for online shopping. So if you use that extension online while you're shopping online, it'll give you cash back depending on what store you go to, and that you can redeem the actual cash. You can get the check in the mail with real cash. So that's always an option too. But the apps that I use that give you gift cards would be Ibotta and Fetch. I have referral codes in the description down below for everything that I'm talking about today too. So if you haven't downloaded these apps yet, you can go ahead, click the link in my description, and that will send you, that will help you sign up for them. Depending on the app that you sign up for, I might get points too, but I'm not being paid to promote these apps or anything. I'm just saying that these are what I use on a daily basis for free. These apps are for free. I think we just both get points depending on the app. Number 2 is that I shop at cheaper grocery stores, and this may be one where you have to adapt to better fit your lifestyle too, or just to better fit what you have around you. I have Aldi in my neighborhood, so I will always, no matter what, when I go grocery shopping, I will always go to Aldi first. Get everything that I can there because they don't have the widest selection of things. I will get everything that I can there, and then I will go to a store like Kroger or Meijer. I've only been to Meijer once. I don't have Meijer where I'm from, but where I live now there's a Meijer. So I don't know if they're really much more expensive than Kroger or not, but I will first go to the cheapest option, being Aldi, and then whatever I can't get there, I will go to a different store for. And if you have Aldi or Lidl in your area, I highly recommend doing this because all of their food is cheap, clean, organic. You can find a lot of good alternatives to name brand items there too for way, way cheaper. One of the past places I lived, I had to go to a Harris Teeter to get my groceries because that's the closest place within like 20 minutes of where I live to get groceries. And avocados there at the time, they were not organic. They were $30 for one avocado. And then later, the next week, I drove out much farther to get to the Aldi because I was like, I cannot afford Harris Teeter food. I drove farther to get to Aldi. They had avocados for 60 cents. I've never seen avocados at Aldi for more than like 70 cents. It's always very cheap. My third thing that I do to cut costs kind of relates to groceries, and it's that I have a Wholesale Club membership. So I have Sam's Club in my area. My parents back home, they have BJ's, and you can sign up to get a membership. Same with Costco too. You can sign up to get memberships to purchase things in bulk, but usually they also have gas points that you can earn too, or gas stations where you can get gas around like 10 cents cheaper if you're a member than the gas in the general area. So you can save on gas and you can buy things in bulk. So for me personally, since I live by myself, I'm not buying much food in bulk. If anything, it's going to be like grains like rice or spaghetti, things that aren't gonna go bad. But I do stock up on household items there, so like dish detergent, laundry detergent, tissues, paper towels, stuff like that. Non-edible things, I guess you could say. You definitely don't want to buy every single thing that you possibly want in bulk, just because like if you buy fruit in bulk and you know you're not going to eat it, then you'll be wasting that and wasting the money for that too. So definitely know what you need and if it's worth buying in bulk or not. These places also usually offer help with travel, help with they usually have like eye doctors there and pharmacies, so you can usually save money on those things too if you have the memberships. And most wholesale places also offer credit cards, and I know for BJ's, if you have the BJ's credit card, you can earn way more points towards your gas, and you can have more money, more cents taken off of your gas per gallon that way too. My number 4 thing that I do to save money is kind of goes into what I've been talking about with food. I know these have all been food related, but this is the last food related thing I think. But that's what I try to practice, a zero food waste lifestyle. That means that I pretty much eat as much of the food that I buy as I possibly can. I meal prep my food, so I always have food ready for me to eat. And if I meal prep my food, then I know everything will be eaten, so things won't go to waste. And I mean, I'm not perfect. There's still plenty of times where I buy a bag of spinach with the intention to eat it all, and next thing I know, it's like 2 weeks later and I maybe took a handful of spinach out of it. Definitely trying to get better with that, but I understand it can be hard to get through your food, but that's why we need to like buy what we need and not what we want all the time, just because sometimes things won't get eaten and then you waste not only the food but your money. And if you find yourself having trouble going through the food that you buy quick enough, especially for like things like produce, you can always cut that up, or however like you're gonna cook it later, prepare it that way and then put it in your freezer. Things will last forever in the freezer. Not forever, but much longer than in the fridge. So that's what I like to do, especially if I were to buy a large thing of like kale or something like that, and I know I'm not going to be able to eat it all, but I put kale in my smoothies, so I'm gonna portion them out and put them in my freezer. And not only is zero food waste good for your budget, but it's good for the environment too, so helps everyone out. Okay, number 5 of things that I do to cut costs is that I try to keep my windows and blinds open as much as possible. Right now it's May, so it's kind of iffy if it's gonna be a warm day or a cold day, chilly, extremely hot, who knows what it's gonna be. So I always like to check the weather, and then in the mornings I open my door that goes to my porch. I would open my windows, but they don't have screens, so it's just easier to open that door. And then I open all my blinds to let in the natural light. That way I'm not having to rely on my air conditioning and turning on lights around my apartment too. So if you live in a place where it's like beautiful weather out, I highly encourage you to just open up your windows and your blinds to really let in that fresh air, trying like cool the place down, but you also don't need to have your AC and heater on year round. And I know that that probably doesn't help too much with your electric bill, but it is better than running electricity all day long. Moving on to number 6. The next thing that I like to do is make a list of things that I want and things that I need. And I know in my budgeting video I mention want versus need a lot, but I find that it really helps to have them side by side of things that you want and things that you need. If you want things, that means they would just be convenient to have, but when you need things, that's kind of a different story, and it really puts your spending and your desires, I guess, in better perspective. So there are a lot of things that I have around here that aren't in the best condition, but they get the job done. So I do want to replace them eventually. But they're not like an immediate thing. It's not gonna ruin my life if I don't replace them right now. For example, I've had my yoga mat for many years and it's kind of like tearing up now. It wasn't an expensive yoga mat to begin with. I don't think it was even supposed to last that long. But a new yoga mat is on my want list because I don't actually need it. Unless it like tore in half completely, it's still completely usable right now. Also, writing down things that you want versus needing really helps you decrease any impulse buying that you may have. I find that writing down things that I want kind of just takes it out of my head and I don't really think about it anymore. And once I go back to that list, maybe like 2 weeks later, I'll think, well, I haven't had a time in these past 2 weeks where I thought, yeah, I actually do need this thing, not just want. So it does help with impulse spending. Number 7 is that I try to buy secondhand as much as I can. There are so many apps out there right now, even Facebook Marketplace, Letgo, Mercari, ThreadUp, lots of different places where you can buy clothes and household items secondhand. And of course, when the world gets a little bit safer to go out shopping, you can go to thrift stores too. I buy secondhand as often as I can because 1, it's usually a lot cheaper than buying those things full price, brand new. And 2, it's also better for the environment. Also, you're not contributing to that production of materials that already exist in the world and are still like perfectly usable and fine. They just don't fit into someone's life, so they gave it away. Sorry if you heard that airplane. So for example, this is a Vineyard Vines sweater that I got at a Goodwill when I was in Boston, Massachusetts. I was looking for like the most New England looking thing, and it has lobsters on it, so I figured that was a good fit. I don't own any Vineyard Vine clothing because it's expensive, and in my opinion, unnecessarily expensive. But I got this for $5, and now I don't ever have to feel like that I need to own a Vineyard Vines article of clothing, because I have this, and it's gonna last a while because I take good care of it. Shopping secondhand can be a little bit more difficult, especially if you don't really have the time to go out to the stores and search for things, and you're not always going to find exactly what you're looking for, but it is a really good option if you know you want to buy things that you don't want to pay full price for. And number 8, the last thing that I do to save money is that I do not have a gym membership. Now, I know if you watch my budgeting videos that I do pay for a workout program, which is $9 a month, but that offers at-home workouts. Especially right now, you can't actually go to the gym, so working out at home is kind of the only other option right now. So I have a few workout materials, products, I guess you could say, that help with at-home workouts, like resistant bands and a workout mat. But my apartment complex also has a little workout area too, that once that's back open, then I can do that in the gym workouts. And my work also has a gym also. They're both, my apartment and my work gyms, they're both very small gyms, nothing crazy or fancy. But that helps me not have to pay gym fees, the monthly fees. Now, if you don't want to pay for a workout program like I do, there are a plethora of apps out there that offer workout programs for you. There are plenty of YouTube videos also of workout routines that you can do. There are a lot of free options out there. Or you could just go outside and go for a run if you're able to, or just go for a walk. My point being is that you don't always have to pay a membership fee. You can also see if your employer has a wellness program where they will reimburse you for your membership fee if you do want to join a gym. I know not all employers have this, and it might depend on your position in your job, but that is something that you can look into. So those are my 8 ways that I like to cut costs and save money. It's not like I'm saving thousands of dollars this way, but I am saving a good chunk of money. And with those 8 things, I do have one bonus tip. It's not really cutting costs, but I have started investing my money too. And I use the apps Robinhood and Acorns. So if you're interested in signing up for those, I have referral links for those in my description. Also, if you sign up for Robinhood using my link, then you get a free share and I get a free share in a company. And then if you sign up for Acorns using my link, then we both get $5 to invest. So I know those don't really cut cost, but if you do have a little bit of money that you're saving from cutting costs, then you can put that towards investing, because those apps don't require a huge amount of money to invest. Using Robinhood, I was able to invest $10 in a company whose share was worth like over $100, which I cannot afford, but I do own part of a share, $10 worth of a share, because I was able to put in however much money that I wanted to. I can make a whole video of that if you are interested, but I just wanted to share that with you all in case you were looking for a referral code or just another tip, I guess. So that's all that I have for my video today. Hopefully you can take a few of these tips and apply them to your own spending habits or adapt them to better fit your lifestyle, like I've said. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit the like button down below and subscribe for more. And in the comments, let me know what you do to cut costs if it's not something that I mentioned in this video. And with that, I'm gonna say bye to all of you, and thank you so much for watching and sticking to the end. I will see you all in my next video. Bye.